What is going on, guys? It is Duke, and welcome to another Rise of Civilizations. That's right, today we are going faceless. That's right, we are going to solely focus on the topic at hand, and today we are talking about cavalry commanders. That's right, it is one of the biggest, baddest armies in the game, and if you're just starting out, maybe you will not understand this, but you will know further on as you progress in the game. Full cavalry are basically one of the biggest end game armies that are used out there. They can be massive and strong and super fast, so it's one that you want to kind of build yourself up for early on, get an idea, because as you begin to go ahead and upgrade your commanders and really focus on certain ones that you're going to roll with, this is what you want to keep in mind, especially if you want to go for those cavalry commanders. So let's jump in and look at the commanders that we're going to focus on now. So the first one we're going to jump into is the elite cavalry commander, Lancelot. Now, Lancelot is one that is he's rather easy to get. As you can see right here, we're almost maxing out his third skill. So as a free-to-play player with your commanders, he may be one that you want to focus on, that you will need later on in the game. I've seen Legend Ronnie. He has a beast Lancelot. So if Ronnie's doing it, then you know something must be right with him. But Lancelot, he is really a strong one. He's very skilled. He might not be up there with the legendary status commanders, but like I said, for free to play, you cannot beat him. If we look at his first skill here, he deals massive damage, but really what you want to look at is the second skill. When we're talking about cavalry troops, we're talking about ones that are fast. Let's just roll back in here, and if we look at our barracks here, we're going to go ahead and see. As you can see, these guys are very strong, very fast. Their march speed slows down as they get further along in their upgrades. So if we roll back and we look at the first level troops, they are really fast, and then as you go back in and you look at the secondary ones, they get a little bit slower. And here we go. So they slow down to just fast, and then they get into, let's see what we're looking at here, they get into normal. So as they get more armor on, they get slower, but overall they are going to be a fast army, basically because of the commander talents that you're using. So as you can see, Lancelot's second skill there, he increases cavalry unit march speed by 5%, so that's pretty big. And also his cavalry attack bonus is also beefs that up. Now, if we go ahead and look at his talents, if you're using him as your primary commander, now keep in mind that your talents as a secondary commander do not stack with the primary, so that is your main one. So when you're going to go ahead and build up your Lancelot, if you're just starting out and that's one you want to focus on, maybe as a free-to-play player, you want to go ahead and you want to run with a full cavalry tree, and then once you're finished off leveling that off, then you want to jump down here into the mobility, because as you can see right there, we have a buff for march speed, which is huge when we're talking about your cavalry troops. And then as we get into more of the tree, there's an increasing march speed there. So this is all great things. And then we get down to the bottom there, hasty departure. That's when troops led by this commander depart from a structure, increases march speed by 20%, because sometimes when you're getting in, maybe when you're knocking out an opponent in that RSS unit, you jump into that RSS spot and people come after you, you are able to get out of there quick. So that is a big thing that you really want to look at. So also, if you're free to play, maybe you want to really get in here and look at Dragon Lancer. Now, Dragon Lancer, he is an advanced commander. Like I said, not great. So, but like I said, if you're not pumping a lot of money into the game, he is maybe one that you want to focus on. As you can see right here with this second skill, increases march speed of cavalry units by 10% when it's maxed out. I only have his first two skills maxed out because I'm getting a lot of advanced sculptures, opening up a lot of his sculptures with the silver chest. So that is one thing you want to do. Like I said, if you're looking to go cavalry but you don't have the money, maybe that is a way to go. And then we really start getting into the meat and potatoes of it all. So we're looking at, when we get down here, let's see if we can find, there he is. We're looking at Zhao Zhao. He is a huge one, and also Minamoto. So Minamoto, which I do not have these two, these are legendary, but you can go ahead, if you have your VIP shop, you can jump in there And if you look here, right in the VIP shop there, your Minamoto sculptures. They are extremely powerful. If you're going to drop some money into this game, that is probably the way you want to look at it, especially for later on down the line, because Minamoto coupled here with a secondary of Zhao Zhao are amazing. If you can get these guys in there and you can do work on them, it is just awesome. They are amazing because later on down the line when you're running full cavalry, which will not really come into effect until you are maybe tier 4 troops, that these guys will be amazing. They will be able to go ahead and stomp guys. So if you're running a Minamoto Zhao Zhao combo and they are extremely high level, it's going to be pretty awesome because they are going to be able to go ahead and stomp on things. As you can see right here, let's look at this first one. Direct damage factor is amazing, but then we look here, cavalry speed march bonus up to 10%, cavalry attack bonus up to 20%, and then if we look at Zhao Zhao here, we can see here he's got some amazing damage factors. We can jump in here, look at the passive skill of his army, bonus damage there. And then right here is also an amazing thing. The Tiger Knight is also increases march speed bonus, and then the cavalry attack bonus up to 30%. So stacking that on top of Minamoto, and you can see why some of these guys who are willing to pay money into the game, especially with these commanders, do so well. So that is a really big thing. Like I said, cavalry troops, like I said, you're not going to be getting into it until you're further on down the line. We have them training right now, especially if you can focus on those commanders that have the skills that'll stack on top of each other, and then your primary commander that has the talent tree that can go ahead and focus on the cavalry, especially the buff to the rage, and also the march speed is humongous. So like I said, this is just basically a beginner's guide, a beginner's tips to kind of maybe steer people who are wondering where they are, if they're still down in the tier 2 troops, starting to really work on the commanders, starting to look to invest a lot into those commanders, maybe from a time and the resources that they're getting to pump into them. Maybe this video is the one for you. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you have the notification button turned on, all that good stuff, and we will catch you guys later.